Yeah. Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal PeaceLoveMusic with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends at BitcoinLive, Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Wednesday, the 9th of July. We have had quite a morning in the PeaceLoveMusic household. Just about 7 a.m. It's a little after 8:30 a.m. now, pushing quarter to 9. And I apologize for slight lateness on today's show. We had a power outage at 7 a.m. and it made it a little bit challenging to get through my processes this morning. I actually thought I was going to have to go live from my phone, which I can do. I specifically have done that. We use that we ironed out that process at Bitcoin Vegas back in May, and it was functional, but it's not the same as how I normally set up the show. I'm gonna have to run the show a little bit differently. But literally at just about 8:30, I was about to launch the show. It was 8:28. I was going to launch it early to give myself a little bit more time to run the processes or figure out that part of it, because the phone broadcast is great for on location and that kind of thing, but from the standpoint of actually running our regular show on a normal basis, it's not that functional. You really need to be able to do this from a laptop. Power came on and I was able to kind of jump into the laptop. I don't have everything set up exactly the same, but it'll be mostly the same vibe. I'm gonna try out a few different things. I got my stories, but I didn't get them integrated into the restream system, our app that we use to broadcast. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I don't have the numbers information all imported and everything. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We are providing news and information, sometimes some education and hopefully some entertainment, but never financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. If you are a Chad, even if you're not a Chad, share out the live stream. You can become a Chad or whatever. I don't know what a female Chad is. If you know that there's a distinction in what a female Chad is, because we don't want to assume gender around here. Let us know in the live chat what a female Chad is. I'm going to just bring up CoinMarketCap to look at the numbers today. Maybe I'll do it as a screen share. We'll see if that makes it more fun for you guys. And I'll just jump into screens here and go through. Maybe it's a better with the visual anyway. Let us know if you think actually this might be a better way to do it anyway. Bitcoin coming in at 109,466.89 on CoinMarketCap. Stacks coming in still at 66.72 cents. That's up a little bit from yesterday. It's actually up 2.7% in the last 24 hours. This is where I get my information. Fear and Greed Index, 52. Still in that neutral range. That's up 2 from yesterday. We were at 50. And the top 3 gainers for the last 24 hours. Some gains on these. XLM, Radium, SPX, shout out Staxy. Congratulations. Girls making some money. Love to see that. Those are our top 3 gainers for the last 24 hours. Now, stacks, when you stack your STX, you earn Bitcoin, native Bitcoin rewards. SBTC is programmable Bitcoin for deployment into Bitcoin DeFi. Right now, there's a very robust Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem on Stacks, and now with wormhole integration, Stacks and SBTC are going to be cross-chain. You're going to be able to use them on chains like Sui and Solana, and it creates a lot more functionality for Bitcoin, and it's all running through Stacks. Stacks is the doorway to open up Bitcoin to the rest of the crypto ecosystem in a real holistic way that does tie back to Bitcoin with Bitcoin finality, main chain finality. So Stacks has fast, low cost transactions, proof of transfer security tied to the Bitcoin blockchain, native Bitcoin rewards, programmable Bitcoin for deployment over DeFi across chains, and an amazing community. Stacks is where it's at. In the Stacks DeFi world, if you guys don't know about Hermetica is offering 9% APY this morning on your USDH, which you can stake on Hermetica and earn yield. And then you also actually get your SUSDH, liquid staked USDH dollar stablecoins, which you can potentially deploy for other use cases throughout the ecosystem. We also have some amazing DeFi decentralized exchange platforms, including BitFlow. BitFlow offers you the option of DCAing programmatically into Stacks, Bitcoin, Rune tokens, USDC, USDH, and more. They also have some amazing flex pools, their liquidity pool options, and they also have some great liquidity pool and yield farming options for meme tokens. Especially right now, there's an amazing deal. If you hold Leo, you can get 55% yield over at BitFlow on your Leo token in the pools over at bitflow.com. Velar has perpdex trading on Stacks. You can actually long and short SBTC and Stacks over at velar.com. They also have all sorts of functionality as far as swapping and pooling, and you can stake your Velar token. That all happens over at Velar. Alex Labs seems to be doing a little bit better with going on with their project. Hopefully they're sorting things out. Protocol is a cross-chain bridge connecting Bitcoin to 20 plus blockchains, cross-chain swaps and bridging. Great stuff going on at Protocol. And then I am actually going to check out Stacking DAO.
Looks like we lost Peace for just a minute. Good morning, guys. Hope you are having a very high frequency start to your day. We'll have Peace jump right back in. I believe he was just gonna go take a look at Stacking DAO, so we'll go take a look at what's going on Stacking DAO today. Let me pull up my screen. Getting an early start here on the DeOrganized morning show. Let's see here. So we got stackingdao.com here. Stacking STX made easy. Stacking DAO is the hub for staking on Stacks. So when we go to click open app here, let's check it out. Let's check it out, guys. So for liquid stacking with STX yield, we've got the APY of 9.94% for stacking for STSTX. Whenever you stake for liquid stacking with SBTC yield, get yield immediately, stay liquid with STSTX BTC. You can earn SBTC daily, and that is 9.65% with STSTX BTC. With native stacking with BTC yield, we've got a whopping 10.58%. Be sure to stay wary about the different cycles. You do not want to stake in between cycles. So pay attention to that whenever you're going with the native BTC option.
Good job, GP.
Awesome.
I went to the wrong tab. I'm not used to manipulating tabs, and apparently I changed restream. I didn't even realize I dropped out. I'm like, doing the stacking DAO thing, going through it and everything, and almost I'm like, wait a minute. I went to change it back to Zest to go move on. And I'm like, wait a minute, where's Risha? Oh my god! Well done.
I'll let
you know what?
Yeah, I'll let you take back over.
No. You know what? Let's just run through. I just want to mention you can also go over to Zest Protocol and earn more rewards on these projects as well. And then you know what? Fuck it. The news isn't that important today. We got Jack Binswitch in the house. I'd rather just get the Chad conversation going. Let's bring in the homie. We only got half an hour or so until Find2Earn. So let's get the conversation going. Good morning, Jack.
What up, Jack?
Hey, it's DeOrganized. This is just how it goes.
It's just how it goes. And you know what? We just make it work. That's really normally. So my wife works from home. And I'm thinking, all right, so she doesn't have to go on to work. There's nothing she can do about it. She doesn't have to go on to work until the power comes back on. And so my initial instinct is like, power's off. Oh, I guess let's see it's not gonna be back on until 9. Maybe I don't do the show. Of course we do the show. Of course we do the show. Because we're DeOrganized and we'll just figure it out. Even if it ends up being a shorter show, it starts a little bit later. It's not exactly the same as it always is. The show will go on.
Yeah, one day DeOrganized will have like a really big budget and it'll be very professional. And the trick then will be
using power at his house will not have any effect on the outcome of the show.
You'll just have a generator. It'll just click on. We might even have our own dedicated studio.
My goal is to buy the Silver Spoons mansion from Landy someday.
Oh, yeah. Well, Landy lore is deep, man. Landy lore is very deep. But dude, I'm telling you, then the challenge will be keeping it DeOrganized and keeping it real, even though there's just, all this professionalism. I might even have a mic one day. It'll be crazy.
I might even have a mic one day.
It's only professional if we're getting paid.
Yeah.
Which we have a little bit we are generating some revenue, which is better than some projects can say, for sure. And I do feel like we are providing value to the ecosystem, as evidenced by the fact that we're getting partnered with the Stacks Foundation and the Stacks account, and we're getting support, and we're being asked to host things like the SIP check-in or the Stacks ecosystem check-in this afternoon, and we're helping participate with the Use Stacks campaign and Use STX campaign and all sorts of other things. I mean, I feel like we're providing a lot of value and we're being recognized. And it was being discussed on the space this morning. I was actually even with my power out, I ended up in 3 spaces this morning. I went into the Stacks Africa space and talked to Freddie for a little bit. I jumped onto Jamie's dog coin space and chatted with the Chads there, and then I jumped into our space while I was trying to still figure out how I was going live. And so I don't remember which one we had the conversation exactly in, or we might have had this conversation a few times, but you look at all the things that Stacks has lined up, and they did it almost in the reverse way of most other blockchains building on crypto. They didn't go out and they didn't just keep trying to raise money. They raised the money they needed to get to the roadmap that they set forth. They made their way. Things took a little bit longer than some of the timelines that were planned, as it will in the development world. And they didn't freak out. They didn't push things that weren't ready. They took their time. They got it right. They went from Bitcoin transactional speed to still having Bitcoin finality, but having fast block times. It's like under 5 seconds right now for most transactions. So they got fast transactions. They got SBTC. Now, is it completely decentralized? No, it's not yet. The ecosystem needs to grow, but it's very trust mitigated. It's designed to become further decentralized as the use cases and ecosystem grows. And it's got to be worth something because it's being adopted by Wormhole, which now makes Stacks not only the leading layer 2 blockchain with, I think, the most Bitcoin value locked in the ecosystem right now in DeFi, but also the gateway for other blockchains to leverage Bitcoin and help expand Bitcoin to more use cases, which is the ultimate charge of Stacks. The whole reason it was created was to create more functionality for Bitcoin. And not only is it making more functionality on Stacks, but beyond that as well. And so now that we have all of these things lined up, the endowments coming along, and now we have this budget being established, which actually isn't beholden to any VCs, by the way. It's not being driven by people outside of the ecosystem looking to extract value. It's created and controlled by the ecosystem players, the people that have built this over time. And it's going to be used to further the cause of the ecosystem and support the builders and the projects, the protocols, and help expand and the user base is really what they're looking for now. And then there's money to do that. So it's everything's coming online at the same time. You know, it's in the right way.
It's product first, community, organic community built, and funding, you know, last. And that's just different. Like, and that's, you don't have to take our word for that. You can just go look at where other L2s are in the Bitcoin space and say, hey, where's your finished product? Where's, you know, what's hype and versus what's actually working? What can you actually do? And you know, the idea of like scaling Bitcoin is a great idea. It's very difficult. You know, there's a lot of problems that had to be solved that have been solved by, you know, here on Stacks. And then there's more ideation and refinement as you go, but there's fundamental problems that have been solved, and that's why it's winning. That's why you're going to see more people coming on in terms of the protocol level and you know, exporting this. Look, I would not be surprised to see this whole TradFi running into Bitcoin DeFi and all of this and the way it's going to work. I would not be surprised to see, you know, TradFi using Stacks Rails for things. It's just different, and it's a finished product, and we're good to go. But yeah, like when you get to like real community that's been built up organically and how priceless that is, like in crypto terms, when you get to the infrastructure and how priceless that is in terms of it actually works. These are massive, you know, just a massively strong foundation for growth, honestly.
Yeah, we got a real deal like community of killers, and you know, we've got some strong champions in our ecosystem that are very well connected, you know, outside of our ecosystem. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's already been interesting to watch from, you know, when I first got into Stacks, how we had slow blocks, and you know, before we even had the meme coin Cambrian explosion, and you know, it's been really wild to see all the development, and how the products and the different DApps that we have in our ecosystem have been polished over time. So more features, more users, a better marketing budget, like all of that is coming to fruition through this endowment. And you know, I'm really excited to see some new users in our ecosystem.
Yeah, and I mean it's coming, and look, like I saw an OG on the timeline today, not a Stacks OG, just a crypto OG in general, and he's like, I'm noticing some accumulation in the majors, like BCH.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, and it's like when you see that, like that's a sign, like that's real. Like you're going to see. I don't think that this cycle is going to be all that different than past cycles in every respect. And I think rotation and narrative is always going to be a part of this. And you do have to see that rotation into the majors to really have some confirmation of what's going on. And
there was a story yesterday. I'm trying to Bit Digital, which is a Bitcoin mining operation, they raised $172 million. This was a story yesterday. And they sold nearly 280 BTC to acquire 100,000 ETH because they're going from Bitcoin mining to ETH staking.
Yeah.
That's part of that rotation. There's too much. Not that Bitcoin doesn't have more upside, but people that have your players like that are actually seeing more upside in the alts.
And here's the wild thing. Like, this is what people have to understand. Like, people want Ethereum to do something, and Ethereum is going to go higher, right? But Ethereum, when it ICO'd, it's like 30 cents a piece, right? And
crazy.
And like, if you just look at what Ethereum is relative to its competitors, you've had a lot of advancements over time to address, some problems native to Ethereum. Like, very few people now who are new, they use a lot of Ethereum L2s. They forgot about the extremely high fees that you get on Ethereum when people are using it, right? There's a lot of things that.
Well, right now, I sent a few transactions on Ethereum yesterday, and it was about 75 to 50 cents per transaction.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you're sending $100 or more. But if you're buying a coffee, an $8, a $4 coffee and a 75-cent transaction fee is not really functional.
The most expensive transaction I've ever sent on Ethereum was $400.
Oh, God, right. 75 cents is a very low transaction for Ethereum.
Yeah.
It is. They do have some scaling upgrades that I don't think we're going to see $400 fees. But I can absolutely see them going up to $20 a transaction again, which is not
right. Oh, if you had a $20
on Ethereum, if I have to.
The other day, I was trying to bridge some USDC to USDH to play around on Hermetica, and the fee said $76.
Really?
$76.
You see that, wait a little while, because that's not going to likely sustain. It'll change. I don't remember what my fee was when I did it I did 2 transactions. The fee was small enough for
I was able
attention to it.
And you see that?
Yeah, I was able to do it like the next day for like $3.
Yeah, I think it was like
that's what changed, right? Like, that's when people were like, "Hey, this Ethereum L2 meta is important." Well, the same thing happened with Bitcoin, with ordinals. When Bitcoin transactions were getting up there, and that's the whole point of scaling Bitcoin, and that's when the L2
there were some Node Rock mints that I paid more in gas than I did for the Node Rock.
Right. Yeah, 100%. And so, that's why Stacks exists. And the thing is, Stacks, Stacks wasn't an ICO, but its original, go to market was I think 12 cents a piece. And
Stacks is only a 5x from its ICO right now.
And versus 30 cents, and Ethereum's $2,500. So you're looking at a blue chip project, honestly, that's probably where it fits. Stacks reminds me a lot of Link, before Link became, you could get Link cheap.
58 cents. My brother bought in. Someone gave him a tip on Link. It was probably the only good crypto investment he made. Every other thing he touched was trash. But Link, he got a few thousand Link for 58 cents.
Yeah, and so basically, that's where I think people who've been in the space for a while, they'll recognize the value of a meta like building on Bitcoin, and they'll recognize the good entry into stacks, and that's going to be fuel to really propel us, high. And in the meantime, that would have happened to some extent anyway. But when you can then combine that with, like, now we have fuel to build more, to build faster, to build better, to attract other people and other projects, and actually have real marketing, that's when it gets real interesting. And people are going to look back at these prices these past few months, people who were able to get in, like this was a gift, like you had a really what amounted to a second chance to be early at stacks, and so we just go and we just do it, and that it's going to be exciting. But I'm ready.
Yeah, I try to think about like what type of applications can be built once the WASM compiler is like integrated with Stacks as well, and new developers are able to come code and build on Stacks in their native coding languages. I imagine that's going to be a huge unlock for our ecosystem as well.
Good point. Yeah, the Stacks roadmap, man. Just go look at it. Like we should review the Stacks roadmap once a week on this show just to keep things in perspective.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot on there. There's a lot to dissect.
It's actually just at stacksroadmap.com. They made it actually super easy too. I got it right here.
Pull it up. You should take a look at it. I mean, that's a good point. It's a clean website too. It's got all the information that you need there, with different tabs that'll lead you to different locations within the roadmap. If you're looking for something specific, they make it really clean and easy to find in this website, stacksroadmap.com. Let's go.
GP, you want to walk through it? You do well with it.
Yeah, I'll walk through it. Here, I'll bring it up on my screen so I can follow through. Let's see here. Stacks roadmap. All right, so let me see here, and I'll pull up my screen. That way I can kind of walk through as I read. This, do that. Grab this. Okay, so the latest, the newest upgrades for Stacks are being called the Satoshi upgrades. So I'm really excited about that. We'll have people will be able to stake their BTC within the ecosystem to earn native BTC yield, and then this dual stacking is going to be huge. It's going to be people will be able to boost their yields by holding Stacks. So you'll be able to earn native BTC and get the highest yield for earning Stacks, incentivizing holding Stacks. So let's go to Stacks Core and see what we got underneath Stacks Core. They have new block production and speed, in the works. They're aiming for less than 10 seconds transaction. I think we're already achieving that with some of the tinkering that the core devs are doing on chain. Long term, Stacks will become the fastest Bitcoin L2 on the market, putting it in line with speeds on other top ecosystems, all prioritizing robustness, decentralization, and overall security with 100% Bitcoin hash power. Active R&D on further performance increases is underway, and we're already seeing this happening within our ecosystem. If you've interacted lately on the Stacks blockchain, the transactions are going through faster than you can switch tabs on your your mobile, Leather mobile. You can't just you're gonna click that tab and it's gonna bring you to a transaction that's already been secured within the mempool. So it's been really cool. And what I was touching base on, about the WASM compiler, and the upgrade is here. So let's read a little bit about this too. Core developers are working on a new version of Clarity and the ability to compile to WASM, aiming to remove technical debt and lay the groundwork for future improvements. The WASM compiler is expected in Q3 2025 and is expected to provide benefits and improvements to transaction throughput, smart contract efficiency, app performance, as well as lay the foundation for additional runtime. Work is also going on to make Clarity easier to work with and enable better Bitcoin integration, among other improvements. A longer formal proposal covering Clarity work is expected in June 2025. So I love this. I mean, I think that this will, kind of give the developers, a runway for them to come experiment and play around and be comfortable, right? They spend a lot of time learning these different coding languages. So to learn a whole new language like Clarity is a huge task. So, come over and build in stacks, build on Bitcoin via stacks, in your own coding language. Like, that's giant.
Yeah.
Moving on,
From what I understand, it'll also make the blockchain more efficient and bring down some fees and actually potentially increase speed as well.
Yeah, it's giant. It's only one, and this is like one part of the roadmap. I want to find dual stacking. So here, let me go to my
I haven't
control
looked at dual stacking enough, so I think that would be a good thing for us to go through right now, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's read about it. This is the right place to learn about what's going on in the Stacks ecosystem. So let's read a little bit about what Stacks is about here. So due to its unique architecture, Stacks is positioned to attract millions of users and significant BTC capital by enabling a superior user experience, low-cost transactions, and native Bitcoin yield opportunities. To ensure long-term sustainability, builders and product leaders agree that as adoption accelerates, value accrual mechanisms should evolve in parallel. Growth and usage must directly benefit the Stack network, its ecosystem participants, and SDX asset to keep incentives aligned and support continued expansion. So in progress here, we've got the dual stacking aligning BTC and SDX initiatives. So dual stacking is a mechanism that would allow users to stake BTC, STX, or both to earn BTC denominated rewards via the POX mechanism. While BTC holders could earn a small base yield by holding just BTC, they would need to also hold SDX in a significant portion to their BTC to maximize their earning. We can click here to learn more, and it'll take us to this other this will take us to the Stack forum, and tell us a little bit about dual stacking. So let's read a little bit about this. This is like your introduction to Bitcoin layer 2s here. As more Bitcoin is deployed and used on stacks, some of the value that the activity should directly accrue to STX. Several protocols in crypto generate fee revenue, typically in their own native token. Stacks is unique as it's primarily designed for using Bitcoin, that is SBTC, which means people are bringing external capital, their Bitcoin, to the network and using it here. If the Stack network is useful to these Bitcoin users, then they'd happily pay some fee to use the network. The Stacks token's economics and value accrual should be designed in a way that more use of Bitcoin on the network automatically makes Stack more valuable and rewards the SDX holders who run validators and signers. Stack L2 can become self-sustainable this way. Stack via SBTC has the potential to bring in millions of users and huge amounts of BTC through better UX, faster and cheaper transactions, and native yield that nobody else can. In addition to how SBTC is already being used on Stack, there are 3 big upcoming use cases for SBTC on Stacks. Got native Bitcoin stacking. Bitcoin users can hold Bitcoin and earn yield directly in Bitcoin via dual stacking and modular BTC yield vaults on Stack. We've got institutional DeFi. Institutions holding large amounts of Bitcoin can put their Bitcoin to work and participate in Bitcoin DeFi as Stack. iterates towards more trustless self-custodial architecture that allows minting SBTC from segregated custody addresses and fast Bitcoin payments. So Bitcoin users can experience a simplified UX where they can pay SBTC transaction fees in SBTC while iterating towards self-custodial models for SBTC. Let's see. So they've got the thesis here, got an overview and the Bitcoin liquidity thesis, just kind of amplifying the use case of stacks, talking about fast and cheap transactions and programmable Bitcoin. Let's see here. There is stronger use for demand for Bitcoin native yield. Stacks proof of transfer uniquely enables a sustainable native BTC yield. So here, let's read this one. Without bridges or intermediaries, this mechanism is battle tested and offers a reliable, scalable foundation for BTC native yield products. A BTC yield is unique to Stack, whereas other protocols offer yield in their non-BTC tokens. Like I said, man, like this, here we go. This is what I was looking for. This is a base roadmap, but dual stacking is giant. This is
So
massive.
the mechanism will function where you can earn yield on your Bitcoin, but the yield you earn on Bitcoin you're stacking will be dependent on also holding STX. Like you have to have a certain
Yeah.
amount of STX for your BTC yield.
Right, like you have to have an STX position proportional to the amount of BTC you're stacking to get optimal amounts of yield on your BTC.
Does your STX count towards your STX position towards?
I hope so. That's that's the position that I've been building is an STSTX. Earning that 10% APY up to 10% auto compounding yield in STX.
Well, it's like 9.96 or 9.94 today on STX.
High, 10% for just holding your stacks and staking with stacking DAO. Makes sense to me. And you can also be earning like daily rewards in SBTC for stacking with the STX BTC option. Just makes sense. I think that this might be. I think I saw when the roadmap was announced a couple months back that Stacking DAO made a post saying like, hey, with dual stacking, we're going to need a new liquid staking token for that, right? So what should we name it? So they were kind of already teasing a little bit that they would be involved in trying to find a way to integrate the dual stacking model into some sort of product. So I don't know.
And what's so cool, and I find that this helps when you're talking to people who aren't crypto native, but they're like just getting into it. And the thing that they all have in common is they want more Bitcoin. They're like, I want as much Bitcoin as I can get. And when the way that Stacks works at the consensus level is you can take this token and you can stack it, you can stake it, however you want to call it, and you get native Bitcoin yield. And that is a result of how Stacks maintains consensus with Bitcoin. Who else is doing that? Like you're not staking Bitcoin to get, this other token. You can actually come in with Stacks and get Bitcoin. Right now you're talking about, and that's just like the ground level. That's like the first thing that Stacks could do, right? Like that Stacks can't work without Bitcoin.
But you can also earn Bitcoin yield on your Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And now like you're even like, okay, how can we even maximize returns for people? So what it all comes down to is just reduce sell pressure, right? Like because you have something where you can just right there from the get-go be like, okay, set it and forget it, and I can just earn. That's cool in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few different things that the POX mechanism is unique to Stacks, and it is highly slept on. I feel like Stacks is very undervalued right now, and I am packing my bags with everything within the ecosystem. Um, this is a little bit more about bringing native Bitcoin users to Stacks to utilize the POX mechanism with this dual stacking proposal or idea. Um, Whenever it was announced as like a major breakthrough. Um, that's the way that they led into the Stacks roadmap. So, being able to hold your BTC, your native BTC, on the Stacks network is giant, and to earn BTC, native BTC rewards for holding it in Stacks is massive, I think too. So, let's get a little bit into like how it works, right? So we've got this here. So users can either stake users can stake either BTC to earn BTC denominated yield, STX to secure the network and earn POX BTC yield, or both for boosted rewards. So dual stacking incentive model here. Dual stacking offers a multiplier on BTC staking rewards based on the ratio of STX staked alongside BTC. Higher STX participation results in higher BTC yield tiers. The exact yields are subject to further economic analysis and would likely be floating rates. But as an illustrative example, we've got your base, your 0 to 1. So you've got 25 to 50 BPS. With level 1, you've got 5,000 to 1. So STX BTC ratio here. You hold 1 BTC and you hold 5,000 STX. You get like a 1.5 to 2x multiplier. If you hold 15,000 STX to 1 BTC, the 3 to 5 multiplier there, and 30k to 1 with a 10 to 20, the standard rate. Dual stacking ties together BTC capital inflows, protocol security, and STX alignment. By giving Bitcoin holders sustainable decentralized yield and STX holders new utility, we lay the foundation for the next era of Bitcoin applications. This creates a self-reinforcing feedback loop where people stake STX to maximize their BTC yield opportunities. As demand for STX increases, this supports the yield rate and helps to scale to more users. In future iterations, staked BTC may be restaked to help secure new Layer 1 networks or Bitcoin subnets, creating a Bitcoin native economic security layer. These new chains or subnets could compensate Bitcoin stakers through their own native token emissions, turning Bitcoin capital into a source of shared security across chains. This expands Bitcoin's role from passive reserve asset to active coordination layer. That's massive. I think that's cool to think about. Other subnets and BTC, side systems built on stacks that have their own native tokens, utilizing the dual stacking model. So it looks like you're going to have a yield ratio from how many BTC to how many stacks you're going to have to get these different types of multipliers on your yield.
Is that ratio on quantity or price?
Good question. I would imagine that it is on quantity and not price.
So 5,000 stacks to 1 BTC.
That's
on
what I'm
the
imagining.
same, like in the same stacking mechanism wallet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like within the same wallet, if you hold 1 BTC to 5,000 stacks, you get this type of multiplier on your yield. However, you're securing or staking. So no, this is going to change some stuff within our ecosystem.
Is there a minimum amount of BTC to have?
Well, that's just the thing. It's just right now, that's just like, hey, this is what it's probably going to look like. But
right, there's still
one of those things where you just have to get closer.
I'm
and
just
see.
trying to prepare myself for taking advantage of the opportunity to earn more Bitcoin on my Bitcoin.
Right.
Well, this is one of
if you have to have a whole Bitcoin in there,
I doubt it. I don't think that there might be some type of minimum, but I doubt a whole Bitcoin is required, right? That would kind of alienate.
And I'm assuming that when they're talking about Bitcoin in this, are they talking about SBTC or are they actually talking about native BTC?
I think it's native BTC with the dual stacking, but that's also a good question. Um, let's read about like this programmable BTC vault. It might have like one of the ideas or like how to like might answer some of these questions. So, programmable BTC vaults are plug-and-play Bitcoin yield products built on top of Stack. These vaults enable users to deposit BTC and earn yield through modular, composable strategies, unlocking a powerful mechanism for scaling Bitcoin native DeFi. How it works: users deposit BTC, which is converted to SBTC. That SBTC is routed into vault strategies across the Stack's ecosystem. Ecosystem entities will build or partner with vault deployers to build automated Stacks DeFi vault. Over time, users receive yield directly in SBTC. These vaults are designed to be fully extensible, offering BTC in, yield out simplicity for both retail and institutional users. Future versions may include the ability to borrow against BTC to access real-world yield opportunities or other fixed income products. Why it matters? By creating a single one-click option, it will streamline access for Stacks DeFi protocols, remove frictions for investors, and offer a complete flywheel to earn BTC yield, which also serves to bootstrap institutional and retail DeFi activity on the Stacks network. Taken together, when you combine the native yield from dual stacking plus additional simplified opportunities across the ecosystem, the result is the best platform to earn real Bitcoin yield, which will aggregate liquidity on Stack. This is a critical first step that will allow Stack to scale to more users and enable new use cases in the future. So that's just one of the few different options that they have here. It's the vaults, programmable BTC vaults is what they're calling it. So it looks like the BTC will be converted into SBTC and then routed to different strategies within the ecosystem. So very interesting.
Very cool. Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, so it creates a while back, I actually suggested, why don't we actually just start using SBTC as the native asset for Stacks? And obviously there's a number of issues there. Number one, Stacks is the voting asset for SIP. Stacks is the transactional asset. It's the gas fee asset. But you also want to encourage more adoption and use of SBTC. This mechanism actually seems to kind of solve the issue where it integrates use of SBTC, it adds yield functionality, but doesn't displace the use and value of STX, so that you're not going to end up, basically hammering the price of STX while introducing dual stacking. Because otherwise, if I can just hold BTC and earn stacking that way, that seems to diminish the need for STX to some degree. This solves that so that it's not going to actually hamper the STX price. And I wonder if lack of understanding of some of these things is actually holding price down a little bit right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that if people knew that they could buy, a multiplier to their native BTC yield at 60 something cents, they would
When a
be
year
all
ago
over
it was 5 times that.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it was like 384 is the all-time high for Stacks, and whenever Stacks pumps, it pumps really, really hard, really fast. So it seems like this is a generational buy-in opportunity if you're curious about earning native yield with
It's
your
almost
Bitcoin.
a historic low price-wise against Bitcoin price right now.
It is
A little
It
higher
is.
than
Like,
it was a little bit even lower a month ago against Bitcoin, but it's still it's a lifetime opportunity for the life of the blockchain of Stacks to accumulate if you have conviction about the ecosystem and the platform. And again, do your own research. We're not telling you what to do, but we are helping you with some information with which you can do your own research. And I'm sorry, Jack, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, not at all. It's easy to forget that Um, at 384, Stacks was not the product that it is today. Not even close.
Not even close. It had more questions than answers.
Right. Not even close. Like, it's never been more strongly positioned. But and again, like, that's just goes to show you how much is happening. You know, people are going to have the opportunity to pay fees in their Bitcoin, like, you know, with Stacks running under the hood. Like, there's a lot of things that's coming that's very bullish. That's going to make things very simple. That's going to be one of the big things. Is just making things easy. You know, like we're crypto boomers. The way that people are going to crypto, you know, very soon is going to be completely different from how we did it. There's not even, we're going to get to the point where it's not even like, y'all remember when you would check, you know, before you send a transaction, you check the address like 5 times just to make, you know, people aren't going to have to learn.
Sometimes it'll be hours.
Right. They're not
gonna, your shit failed.
They're not going to know what the hell a block explorer is, or how to use it, or why you'd want to use it. Like, all of these things are going to change. And even like, you know, having like BNS names, that is like, that shows you like kind of where it's going. This idea of, oh, you can just send it to this human readable address, or, you know, I want to send, it's going to be like, again, like people who use Cash App, like, you have to think about crypto in those terms. Like, you use Cash App, you don't know how that works. As far as you know, when you want to send someone $5 on Cash App, so the Cash App fairy comes and gets your phone,
right?
And,
right. You're interacting with the Swift network to make sure that your cash is there, that you have it to send, and all of that. And you don't want to. It's easier than pulling cash out of your wallet and mailing it to somebody. That's all you need.
And that's so goes the story of crypto. Like, as things become easier to use, and like we were talking about earlier, you know, you're gonna have you're seeing a lot of institutional, you know, TradFi merger with this space now. And it was even addressed in the roadmap where, you know, you're going to have a lot of institutions that are going to wind up using Stacks Rails, you know, for their own products, and like the end consumer of those products are not going to know anything about Stacks or crypto or anything. Like, it's just, hey, this is I want to get this much yield, I want to take this much risk, and you press the button and done. That's kind of where it's headed.
Exactly. You know, I think that AI plays a huge part in that. You know, abstracting all of the different you know, elements that we have to go through. You're right. I mean, it's archaic the way that we transact, and the way that it's going to go. You know, it's going to be much different. It's going to look a lot different.
Yeah, and you'll still have, that's the beauty part about it, because the alpha is always going to be on chain, guys. The alpha is always going to be on chain. That's the beauty part about decentralized permissionless systems. And so there's always going to be crypto. I don't care how much, like, you know, TradFi and this and that. As long as you are working in a decentralized system, you're always going to have the chance to not just create something that hasn't been done before, but you're going to be able to be the first to buy it, right? You're going to be able to get it early. So it's just going to be bigger in scale, and it's going to be easier for people to use. And there's always going to be like the cultural part to it. And it's just, yeah, like, it's a patience game more than anything else. A lot of people come in and they're just like, okay, win moon, win pump, it doesn't work like that, guys.
That is absolutely true. And honestly, I could go on with this conversation forever, but it is actually time. I'm going to make a quick word from our sponsors, and we will be back with Find2Earn rounds shortly. Those of you who are here, let us know in the chat. Share out the live stream. That is rule number 1 of Find2Earn. You must share out the live stream. Share it out. And we'll be right back after a word from our amazing marketing partners, Stacking Down and BitFlow. We are back with another episode of Find to Earn. It is time, treasure hunters. Welcome to the hunt. Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, sir. How are you today, Game Master?
Good day, everyone. Hello, hunters. Rise and
Good morning.
grind, mortals. We are ready.
We are ready for another episode of Find to Earn, brought to you by RuCoin, LeoCoin, Flat Earth Token, Bitcoin Pepe, and STX AI, and our main sponsor, Skullcoin, and the Game Master, and all he does. And we will have a jackpot round at the end with some STX. I don't know how the games went yesterday, by the way. How was the games yesterday?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no
fun,
winner.
dude.
We have 30 stacks today.
30, no winner for the jackpot round yesterday.
Yeah, we have today 30 stacks. Okay, let's go. We are ready for whitelist.
All right, we are ready for the right list. GP, you want to share or you want me to?
If you could.
All right, I will absolutely. I love doing the screen share, actually. So I am over on the Skullcoin page, and I am waiting for the Game Master to give us the countdown. First thing you got to do is like and repost the live stream.
I'm trying to win today.
GP needs a little more funds. So like and reshare the live stream, and make sure that when the game rounds launch, that you are liking and reposting the game rounds. If you are the first to win that round, you will, and you didn't like and repost, the Game Master will forfeit your prize to the next winner. Also, make sure that you do, I've liked and shared this many times, it just doesn't stay on here. Make sure you're following Skullcoin and like the pinned post. And if you do want to be added to the whitelist rounds, we do allow new additions to the whitelist rounds on a regular. You just got to post in the live chat or in the game round launch underneath. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Darth. Good morning, Rex.
Let's go.
Yeah, we have conversation with Rick, Sebastian from Stacks Foundation. They will launch this use Stacks campaign, I believe, tomorrow, and you have to be active in like some of gaming on Stacks, Charisma, Stacks Lottery, and we present our single player game as a storyline. Since we launch our main process a little bit later this month, we're still testing it. And you can just to grab some stacks by playing on chain game for free. It's a free mint. Okay. We are ready. Who on a countdown?
I'm ready. Let's
Okay.
go.
Please make countdown and we start.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy hunting.
Okay. The hunt begin. Good luck, everyone.
All right. Oh, there's a lady. Blockface would be losing his mind right now. The image you're looking for, guys. You got the Roo on the steps, won't actually be there. I wonder what that puppy actually is looking at. And we're going to go to the game round. Whoops. We're going to click on the link. And we're looking for that image. Usually in the whitelist rounds, you just got to go forward. In the new player rounds, this is to make it easy for you guys to learn how to play the games.
Yeah, you can share your screen so everyone
Oh, my bad. Let me start that over again just so everyone can see it. I clicked that link. Oh, what happened? Did I lose the whole screen share there? I'm just so off my game this morning. All right, so we started here.
Had a wrench through in your ears whenever you first started this morning. Don't blame you.
There's our girl with her puppy getting ready, and we click share. and we click copy link, and we go back to the game round, and I am not. Oh, maybe I am on the list. No, I can't reply. But it looks like we might have a winner. Is this a winner? Yeah, I'd say that's a winner.
Yeah, we have a winner, Xenitron trade, but we have a lot of players. Everyone just found it. Congrats, everyone. You understand how to play. And tomorrow you will be still on whitelist, and we will launch 5 more open rounds today. So you'll be eligible to play today. Continue your play, the bigger prizes you can win.
Very good. So, guys, get back to the Skullcoin page. Get ready for the next game rounds. We do have, again, 5 more rounds to go. That round was sponsored by RuCoin, by the way. Definitely give them a follow. Head over to there is actually a Telegram group, but give them a follow on X. Join and get into the crew, because it's a great crew, the Ruse. So one of the best communities on Stacks, in my opinion, is the Ruse.
Yeah, Diamond Hand Agents.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Kaizen. Good morning, DeFi Clickhouse. That's a new one. I like that on-chain monkey.
Yeah, dude, I like that. Yeah. OCM.
So we got. What's the next? You ready for the next round, sir?
Yeah, we are ready. Let
All right.
me.
So we're on the page, and we're gonna have a countdown.
Yeah, maybe let me share you the episodes of today's game. Maybe you can just show to everyone. Let people just little bit to focus on the picture, on the details.
All right. So this is the image that we'll be looking for in the next round. There's no dogs allowed, but apparently there's Leo cats. The Leo cat don't care. He's like, I ain't no puppy.
We are ready to launch.
All right, so we are back on the Skullcoin page, and we are waiting for the countdown.
Okay, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is launching.
Let's go.
Oh.
So yeah, and so you guys are going to be featured in the Use STX campaign for tomorrow. That's launching the next day. The next contest for Use STX, Zenny?
Yeah, the next contest starts tomorrow. You can win like up to 600 stacks for this campaign.
Very interesting. So what I noticed was that there's got to be some kind of a park or something in front of. Maybe it's not too far from here.
That's shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
Monty Python.
Did you get that shrubbery from Roger the Shrubber?
Yeah.
I am familiar. Actually, my wife's best friend is in town, and she was staying over after 4th of July party weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and she requested that she and I stay up and watch Holy Grail. So I watched that recently, or at least much of it. She didn't actually make it for the whole round, for the whole.
It's a long movie.
It's not short. It's not short, and especially when you're like, I've seen that many times. I can usually I probably ruined it because I keep laughing before the punchlines because I know. Which, I mean, she's seen it a bunch of times too. It was a fun time. But that used to be one of my jams. I would watch that on a regular.
Actually, I never watched it in Hillary.
Really?
Yeah, dude. But it predates me just a little bit.
Oh, it predated me, actually, thank God.
That's old school funny.
Yeah, I was born around the time, maybe, but not really like way ahead of it. Like, I didn't find that until my
Our winner, it's Isaac, and Crystal Clear was 1 second behind.
Damn, close
All right,
range.
congratulations, guys. Let me actually.
Okay, we are
Okay.
preparing the next game. You have to find the 2 women and maybe Pepe.
All right. Do I have that? Okay. All right. So this is the image you're going to be looking for.
Ooh.
Some more ladies. Michael, where are you?
A peeping Pepe.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, we just wanna give like 10 seconds, everyone, just focus image, because when they just click, repost, share, like, the people just rushing too fast. And
Right.
now we can just focus like 10 seconds on patterns, like to see what the
Right.
building, what the road. But this picture is kind of hard because here is everything is like similar. Okay,
Everything-
we are ready to launch. Full on a countdown.
I'll do one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, the game is launched. Let the hunt begin.
Make sure you guys like and repost the game rounds. It's very important that we get those. And the game master will take your prize if you win. And do not like and repost the game rounds. Also, make sure you share out the live stream. That's very important. It helps us grow. If you like playing these games and you like winning prizes, sharing out the live stream helps us reach a bigger audience. It helps us grow, which means more sponsors, more games, more game rounds, and better prizes. So share out the stream. This is definitely an interesting one because all the road is that stone. That's interesting. So you're just kind of, but you never know. You might just get lucky sometimes with these too. That's why it's always
Yeah, we try to make games not so hard, so it's usually like on the crossroads, on the same street somewhere. You just have to guess. Okay, now we have a winner. It's a crystal clear, and he beats Isaac. So rematch.
let's go. So we got a big competition going on. I wonder if who's going to win most out of the two of these guys today.
Yeah, dude. They're giving it their all.
All right. Get back. Getting back to the Skullcoin page. And let me go check out that right. Yeah. So this is the flat Earth round coming up. This is interesting. I love that.
This episode calls like smells flat. Yeah. Okay.
The dog looks like it just discovered the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
All right. So get back. Let us know in the chat that you are ready. I am on the Skullcoin page and I am patiently waiting for the next countdown. Congratulations to our winners so far, and a huge shout out again. I want to shout out Leo Coin, another amazing community. Check out at 1 p.m. They have their first ever Leo Coin art show with the Leo Art Collective. Melanie and Reese and Rubes will all be there, and I will definitely be tuning in and listening and checking it out. I'm really excited about that project launch. And of course, it's not Beat Pepe Thursday today, but tomorrow is. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. to the Bitcoin Pepe community space. Almost always an amazing vibe over there. Love it over there. And the Orange Frog is the only one you need to know about. And when the Game Master is ready, we will start the countdown.
Yeah, we are ready. Let's go.
We are ready. Horlu says he's ready. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, hunters. Come on.
The game is launched. Let's go. Everyone remember, this month we will play a new on-chain game, and we need your feedback. There will be very cheap mint, just 1 stacks, and it's a gaming NFT, not profile picture. You can use it to find the seed phrase, you can burn it, and in the start, on the beginning of the August, all Find2Earn, the top players will receive the prizes. We will refresh leaderboard, we'll see how it goes. Just keep hunting.
Just not finding that little fence.
Yeah, I thought I found it. I thought I found one that was just like it.
Yeah, to be honest, like it's on the same road. Just a little bit far. Okay, we have a winners. Dardut and Isaac found it.
Oh,
Let me
Hey,
check.
let's go.
Yeah, now Isaac was faster than Dardut for 1 second.
Wow. Well done, Isaac. Better luck next time, dude. Dude won 2 yesterday, didn't he? Or was it yesterday or the day before?
Right.
All right. So we are getting back to the Skull Coin page. Huge shout out to Flat Earth and Silky Jones. Congratulations, Isaac, on your win today. We have SDXI round coming up and then the jackpot round. So keep watching. Real quick, while we're waiting, I just want to do a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors. We are super blessed to have some amazing marketing partners with DeOrganized. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums, and users start earning rewards immediately, so there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. Choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. I use both. If you want to start earning yields today, head over to stackingdao.com and jump on in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And Bitflow is the top DEX on Stacks, letting you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, rooms, and more, all in one place by aggregating prices on Alex, Arcadico, and Valar. Recently, Bitflow rolled out flex pools, launching with STSTX, STX, and soon to add SUSDH, USDH pools, single-sided liquidity, no ratio, any ratio, with no impermanent loss over at bitflow.finance. And also, take all your meme pets over to the Bitcoin barn, drop them in the pool, get over to the farm and earn some yields, especially with your Leo right now getting 55% in the farming pool, in the farming yield farm. Get over there now to bitflow.finance. We are back. We are waiting. Are we ready for the countdown for STX AI round, sir?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Go.
The game is on. Good luck, hunters. You have to find the pink bus. Not so hard. All locations is not so
I actually
hard.
I think, did you send me the picture with the pink bus too? I actually just have a link, not an image. I
Okay,
didn't see it before, so I apologize.
cool.
Pink bus should not be so hard unless this is the one location in the world that has pink buses for everybody. I wonder if like Orange tunes in and watches us and is just like, what are these guys doing? How are they missing it?
Yeah,
Finds the location, doesn't post it.
Well, at some point, if you give too much to charity, they start looking into you. You know, you
right.
can only give so much away. I gotta go back and look at this picture again. Oh, I'm not sharing my. I'm the worst. We need to get Blockface back in here, and or GP. Do more. What am I missing? Trees. A bit of trees there. Not those trees. I don't think it's those trees.
Yeah, it's like it's on some square, I believe. Just look on the map above and go to the square.
Where?
Looking around.
Yes, small squares in this area. Like it's on the. Yeah, maybe we have a winner. Let me check.
Oh, I think I see what he's talking about.
Yeah, we have a winner. It's only one MS.
Let's go. Congratulations, only one. Found a square, but it wasn't the right one.
Okay, we are preparing for jackpot round. Let's
All right,
make it
get
not
back.
so hard, but with time limit.
All right, let's go. We are back on the Skull Coin page, and we are waiting for the jackpot round. Guys, make sure you share out the live stream. Again, very important that we get more viewers and more new players onboarded into our ecosystem, onboarded into Stacks. We're getting people with new Stacks wallets. We're getting people with new exposure to our amazing meme coin partners. We're getting more people exposed to our shows and playing and engaging with us and expanding our network and expanding our friend base so that we have more people to play with and more fun to have and more opportunities for more game rounds. Share out the live stream. Again, get back to the Skull Coin page and be ready for the jackpot round with 30 STX up for grabs.
Yeah, okay, let's make it not so hard, but we've just stricted time limit, 4 minutes, and
4 minutes.
Sad noise.
All right. I'm
maybe
ready.
5, okay.
What's that?
Okay, 4 or 5 minutes, okay.
I'm good with 4 minutes.
Okay, 4 minutes, let's go.
Let's go. We're going to do 4 minutes, guys. So get back to the Skull Coin page. There will be no dilly-dallying on this one. Get back, get out, get into it. Let us know in the comments that you're ready to go.
We are ready.
We are ready. Sad dude noises. I missed that.
Darth away. Crack that.
Sorry, Darth. Next time, buddy. Next time. All right. Are you ready, sir?
Let's go.
We're going to launch. GP, you want to do this last countdown?
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go. The last game for today.
Let's go. All right. Oh, we're in an orchard of some sort. It's the wrong link.
California.
Usually our jackpots round in the USA because there is a perfect patterns for like make it on the map. There is a squares on the roads and we can make it like infinite jackpot rounds forever. The picture, the place will be exactly the same on the image because it's not the Ghibli, it's the original image from Google Street View.
So it'll be exactly the same. Okay, this is not the exact orchard I'm looking for. I'm a little closer here. Just a little bit. Maybe this guy. So. They're smaller, but still fuller than those guys.
This one's tricky.
What else does it look like? What's that? Those rows and the trees. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, there is a red trees and the white tree on the right. If you wanna, we can give you the clue, or we can like stop in like couple minutes, in 1 minute maybe.
You know what? I'm going to leave it up to you. You decide what you want to do, and however you want to do it, we'll roll with it. You want to give us a clue? You want to give us a little bit more time, or you want to just drop the coordinates and put the prize to tomorrow? You can do
Okay,
that.
we'll give you like a couple minutes and we'll move tomorrow because it's not so hard really.
Getting there, I think.
Me too. I feel like I'm closing in. 3 shots.
Or we can give you the clue or on the stream. And in advance, if you participate on the stream, you will get the clue. Okay, let's play like this.
Let's do that. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, you're getting the clue.
Yeah, so you have to go on the east and on the south. It's a southeast location.
I think I'm in the
Southeast.
Right.
It's directly on the southeast, and we give you like 1 minute more. Southeast from this city, small town. Okay, like 30 seconds more and I will post the coordinates. We'll move this price tomorrow.
All right, 30 seconds more.
And price will become bigger.
That's not the ones. A lot of orchards around here.
Yeah, so much. many.
Yeah, there is a white tree and small building should be. Okay, no stress. Let's move it tomorrow. I'll post it right now.
All right.
We'll check in last coordinates from assistant boyfriend and others. Yeah, seems like it's not so easy because a lot of trees, but okay. Price goes for tomorrow. Everyone can check this location.
Congratulations to all of our winners. Good luck to everybody. Wow, we had a lot of attempts. Definitely had a lot of people playing. Wow, that's great. We have a ton of people playing.
Yeah. And ton of people found the different fields.
Yeah, we have a ton of people answering. And that was a tough one, folks. That was a tough one. But that makes it, that makes it worth the earn when you actually do get it. And here's the coordinates. I'm just going to drop these in to show you all where we were. Wait, is this the starting location? No.
No, it's a price coordinates of the location. You can just zoom out and see this small town where it was.
Okay, but yes, I do see that if we were just a little bit further this way, that's it right there, actually, with the trees.
Right.
Yep.
And you can just go to satellite view, zoom out to see like the small town was on. Yeah, just click on the blue lines on the yellow pavement just to see the streets as a blue. Yeah. So the town
was up to the top over there. It wasn't.
No. The town was on the left up.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, right. Correct.
This is where we started.
So it's not so hard, but since the fields of the flowers a lot, it's kind of bit harder.
No, and listen, it shouldn't be super easy because sometimes it should take a little bit more effort to find, and it's good for your brain to do these things too, by the way.
Yeah, right. That's about the fair competition. So every person could drop your yellow pigment to any site, any location, and be the winner. That's pure and fair for everyone. Thanks everyone for participating.
Yes, thank you all for participating. Thank you, Xeni, for putting these together for us every day and giving us this chance to play and engage with our audience.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you. And thank you, GP, for always coming in clutch and helping out, even when the universe tries to make it challenging for us to launch the show in the morning.
See you, folks.
Thank you, Xeni. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you all for tuning in. This was another great episode of Find2Earn on another great good morning show with our friends. We persevere, we keep chipping away, and we make diamonds out of those rocks eventually. Thank you guys all for tuning in. GP, anything we need to know about for today before we sign off?
Yeah. So we have an awesome activity schedule in the Stacking DAO and Zest Discords. Today we have the Zest Town Hall at 11 a.m. ET, and then we have the weekly Discord screen share going down at 1 p.m. ET in the Zest Discord. So get active for your chance to win a Zest community chest, and pack your bag with various Sipton assets.
Awesome. Guys, tune in at 11 a.m. Zest Town Hall, 1 p.m. the Leo Art Collective inaugural space, at 3 p.m. Bitcoin and Beyond, not Bitcoin and Beyond, Building on Bitcoin with Bitflow. At 4 p.m., DeOrganized and the Stacks organization will have a Stacks check-in space. Come with questions. Feel free to come on out. We will get you on and chat about what's going on in the ecosystem. And then at 7 p.m., join this guy for the DeOrganized nightly show. It is the place to be at 7 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Thank you all for tuning in today. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are DeOrganized Media, coming at you live every Monday through Friday in partnership with our good friends over at BitcoinLive Decentralized Broadcasting. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out.
Peace.